The lady in the pink jacket. Thank you.
Thank you for the opportunity. My first question goes to the chair. And in countries where physical buffers have eroded, how can governments responsibly rebuild space without jeopardizing essential social services? And does the global debt architecture needs to be redesigned to reflect the more, fragmented reality? Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you for your question. I think you touch upon into a very important topic of discussion. As Managing Director Georgieva always says, everything starts at the domestic level. The domestic imbalances that are created through imprudent fiscal policies are at the core of domestic imbalances. And I think one of the most important aspects that countries should take into account is specifically make their own domestic homework in their domestic finances, such that they are able to rebuild buffers to confront external shocks that every now and then happen. So in that respect, the cooperation and the collaboration that the multilateral development banks and institutions perform are very, very important in that respect, in creating the framework for analysis and execution of those policies, such that they are able to be successful in producing such buffers in the domestic. Because at the end of the day, the fundamental macroeconomic scenario of each country is what will bring growth and employment and investment into respective countries as well.
Next question, please. At the front, yes.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and other members here. Mr. Chair, this question is for you. Good morning. In light of the communique's acknowledgement that emerging and developing economies are facing deteriorating terms of trade, rising debt burdens, and also the limited policy space, how can multilateral institutions like the World Bank and the IMF move, in terms of ensuring that reforms such as perhaps quota management, debt restructuring, and also resource mobilization truly reflect the voices and vulnerabilities of these economies, rather than perpetuating, the systemic inequalities that we've seen? Then also, for Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, it would be nice to know perhaps our own opinion, of at least in this meeting, October 2025. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think as countries, we are part of a global framework under which the multilateral institutions play a key role in conjunction with the different countries and different governments in pursuing solid policies that at the same time address social inequalities. I mean, that is, at the end of the day, the most important aspect of what we do in the different governments in different countries. We need to constantly balance the need for growth and the need for addressing social inequalities that arise from the different fiscal imbalances and macroeconomic disorders that sometimes our countries have faced. With the resolution of entering into a clear path of having domestic fiscal balance and being able to put your domestic finances in order, what you have is you basically are subtracting or reducing the weight of government in the decisions that the private market makes. And as such, that is what leads to investment, and that is what leads to growth and to the improvement of the different people within our countries. All that in coordination with the assistance that the multilateral development banks give in terms of allowing for resource mobilization and infrastructure financing in education programs, such that our labor force becomes more skilled as well in the future. So the role is very, very important. It is interconnected, and it's part of the multilateralism that we all adhere to.
Mr. Cardoso, please.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Been very useful to answer the question. It's been very useful, and it's clear to me that under the leadership of the Argentina, being the chair of the G-24, we've certainly advanced the cause with the voice of the emerging economies and been able to get a greater, a more effective seat at the table, especially with respect to the Bretton Woods institutions and getting our voices heard. And I think that in itself is a major step forward. So, of course, our expectation is that the very, very good work that has been done will be further deepened in the years ahead.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Malik or Marsh, you have anything to add to? Yep.
No,
okay.
thank you.
Next question, please. Gentleman at front, and we're going to move to the lady in the front as well. Yeah.
Sir.
My name is Babajide Komalafe, Vanguard Newspaper, Nigeria. You said in the opening remarks, we call for broader reforms of the sovereign debt architecture to focus on fiscal sustainability and improving country risk assessments by credit rating agencies. So I want you, can you please elaborate what kind of reforms, maybe some specifics with respect to the current sovereign debt architecture? And then to the CBN governor, what kind of improvements, would you like to see in the way these rating agencies, assess countries like Nigeria and other emerging countries? Thank you.
Before you answer, I have an online question from Mr. Sofiq Farsan, New First Sri Lanka, which is related to your question. His question is, what measure is the G-24 proposing towards member states securing debt sustainability and positive growth trajectory? So it's related to debt restructuring. If Mr. Chair and then Ayaba would like to come in later. Thank you.
Let me first address the first question. I think when you're talking about debt burdens that the world as a whole is having, and it impacts emerging market economies more significantly, because the first thing that happens in emerging markets is that access to credit is significantly reduced or eliminated. The answer to that, the answer to being able to regain debt sustainability goes hand in hand with credibility. Goes hand in hand with credibility on your policies, because at the end of the day, rising debt levels are just a result of rising fiscal disequilibriums. So the first thing to attack is your fiscal situation, because from there on you will be able to have the resources to have a better position to refinance or restructure the debt of the different countries that face those burdens. In Argentina, we have tried to regain that credibility and regain market access, always within the framework, the legal framework that is available to us. And as such, we are making big strides in building that credibility, and by our actions in terms of having our fiscal discipline, our monetary discipline, having growth and investment in the country is going to alleviate as well the debt burdens that our country and some other countries face as well.
Ms. Marsha?
Yes, and if I can add a little to that, I think when we talk about